sunk an enemy destroyer.
Hey team, this is Ripper here. You guys are doing a fantastic day. Back from Thanksgiving holiday break, and here we got some fun action with the Vampire 2. Somebody had requested to talk about it and play it again, and yeah, I've been trying out the new update to World of Warships dropped just recently, and trying to play it in the new kind of meta or design UI interface, whatever that may be, as well as seeing how it does in ranked and just overall gameplay. And maybe I'll do some Vampire 2 action and randoms as well. But as always, before we begin, if you see value in the channel that we're doing here, like, subscribe, button below. Appreciate all the supporters of the channel. At 4,000 subs, we're going to do another premium giveaway, and we can't thank you guys enough for making this a great place to share ideas, have good talks, make good friends, and have fun at the same time. So let's get right to it. Vampire 2. What is this destroyer? Well, in my personal opinion, it's one of my most favorite destroyers next to the Druid. They are both kind of like the Research Bureau kind of ships that are British-style line of ships. However, it is a different type of style, if you want to call it that. But it looks just like a Daring, but it's not. It's in the different category in itself because it has a 5-kilometer radar, which is, I'm sorry, hydro, forgive me, 5-kilometer hydro, which is great. It still has a similar hull of the Daring, however, it operates a lot differently. And it also, this is in the Australian, correct me if I'm wrong, people, I always get these confused, but I believe this is in the Australian Navy down yonder, and that's what the Vampire 2 is good for. And also it has the similar caliber guns of the Daring and so forth. It's got 12-kilometer torpedoes, which are a little bit better than Daring, but unfortunately you have to sacrifice one torpedo launcher instead of Daring's 2 to get that. And of course, the bread and butter of this thing has got the crawling smoke, as you're going to see later on. How it comes into play, what it does is really just smoke that follows you around at quarter speed, and you can use it to hide, but you are susceptible to still 6-kilometer hydro or less, which is prevalent out there, the Z52s and Z42s. As well as radar that reaches out from 12 kilometers to 10, so you got to be wary of that. See, there's the 12-kilometer torpedoes. So if he's within range and moves up a little, and they're single-launch torpedoes like the Daring, you can single-launch them 12 kilometers out, and of course you can go out with the one single, like what I call the conga line launch of torpedoes. But really, I really enjoy the Vampire because, one, it can really contest cap zones, and it does a great job of supporting other destroyers. And like I said, I have found that literally working in conjunction with another destroyer, you tend to win matches a lot more because, why? You're supporting your player and keeping them alive. I even told my team, hey, you guys can go play off your own on Charlie. Notice the Charlie team here, and this is a good lesson not to break off of your team. Look, these two guys, although they're great players, I'm sure they are, but breaking off from your team and your destroyer plays, like, you're electing to go play off on your own and risking losing the battle, and you're going to see that later on, and as the majority of battles go on, the destroyers are the ones that are winning the game for you, okay? You got to keep them alive. And I don't understand why a lot of players don't understand that, is this is a team play game. It does not go off solo on your own. If you do that, you are literally increasing the probability of you risking the match. So that's my personal opinion. That's my thought, and we're just going to tell you about that, and there's how I feel. Now, Smallland is probably the destroyer that's over here. Z52 is the one over there. As a good destroyer player, I always see what the battle lineup is. Smallland, Z52. Yeah, there he is. Smallland's right there. He's got that 7.5-kilometer radar. It's just bad for the Vampire. If I'm in smoke, I'm caught and not spotted. That means the Smallland can shoot for free with that radar going. Now, what I'm doing is, see, the beautiful thing is I've got the Shimakaze supporting me, so 2 versus 1 here. This is why you always want to pick an unfair match, because you increase your chances of winning. So I'm going to go ahead and rush the Smallland, because why not? So he has nobody to help, nobody to spot. Even the Moskva's running away, so he has no radar support there. He elects not to fire, which it kind of matches my DPM settings. Vampire has a lower DPM than Smallland. Smallland definitely outguns me, but if he has no support, or if he's angled and he can't get that front turret to turn correctly, he actually cuts his DPM in half. So I'm just going to keep running at him, and I have the advantage here. He's just used his radar, which is good, and I've got RPF. I know where he's at. See, I go undetected. I outspot him by a 0.3-ish. I believe Smallland you can build down to 6.1, so I'll spot him first, and he doesn't have radar. So I'm looking at Shimakaze. Hey, come support me, buddy. This is where you're pushing the objective. Now, you can't do this in randoms. If you start pushing the enemy spawn, you're probably going to end up dying more often than not. But if you're in the kind of clan battle, ranked battle, you kind of have less enemies to deal with, so you can push a little bit more aggressive back here. So right here, I'm going to switch to AP, because AP is devastating on the Vampire. AP has got that very improved angle, just like the Druid. Druid has a little bit more improved angle, but look at the amount of firepower and damage these AP shells can do. You notice they just destroy and melt. Destroyers a lot better, and of course, like I said, even if he tries to angle, it's not enough to stop the onslaught, and boom, there it is. First blood first kill for us right there, and we eliminated the destroyer off the western side of the map. And why was that important? Because without their destroyer, the enemy team can't spot, can't cap, can't hunt other destroyers, can't torp, can't do anything. And now that Moscow's running away because he realizes he has no more destroyer shield in front of him. And that's exactly why I do what I do. I really, one, support my destroyer, and then two, kill the other destroyer. You do that, you literally increase your chances of an odds of winning drastically. Now, this is World of Warships. I know this is a game of literally throwing the game all the time. So, and forgive me, earlier I mentioned this is the Commonwealth. Yes, I had to say it correctly. This is the Commonwealth destroyer of Her Majesty's Royal Navy down south and below yonder there. So, Sydney, Australia, way to go. More props to you. Shout out to that. Vampire 2, one of the best destroyers in the game. So, props from the Aussies, making a great ship. Anyways, going back to what I was talking about, why the Vampire 2 excels in this, because one, it has great concealment, 5.8, which is very phenomenal. Anything below 6.0 is great in my book, and I really enjoy it. Now, the problem with this is also Z52, you see as the other destroyer I've got to go kill, he has a 6-kilometer hydro, which means he outspots me with a kilometer hydro anyways, and if I pop smoke, boom, he can perma-spot me, and I put myself in a deadly position. So I don't want to do that. Look at that. Moscow firing from long range. Right there, you got to start juking and dodging it right as best you can. And stay out of 12-kilometer radar. Now look at this. I'm playing with Shimakaze. Now what are the destroyer players doing? We're capping. We're taking over cap points. And look what I did. Our plan was literally to take Alpha Bravo here. See? Alpha Bravo. Look at the... And I've always done this in my clan battle videos about tactics, techniques, and procedures. The strategy here, Alpha Bravo, in my personal opinion, is easier to defend. Because look, I just got to go back and forth between these two areas right here to defend them. And then look how Charlie is so far away. Everybody's spread out. There's no concentrated fire. And it's difficult to respond to. And now we're going to go hunt the Z52. So I'm calling on Shimakaze and me. 2 versus 1. Okay, I know Z52 has the 6-kilometer hydro, which is really deadly. And we want to work together in order to maximize damage. So I've got RPF locating out to my 1 to 2 o'clock. I know where he's at. I got my guns facing that direction. I've got my AP loaded, ready to go. Look at that. I've got torpedo screening for my team right there. And now I kind of guess where he's at right here just on RPF alone. Again, forgive me. The new update hasn't updated with the Aslane mod yet. We got to wait for Aslane to release it. And there's that 6-kilometer hydro I was telling you about. Now, if he pops smoke, I got to run away. Immediately run away, because if he pops smoke, I can't see him, and my kilometer hydro only goes out to 5. So he outspots me that way. But so far, he's not popping smoke, and now he's running away, cutting his DPM in half. He has no front turret, or his front 2 turrets are not firing at me. So actually, maybe he's cut it in 2/3. So then he's got a back turret firing, and they take a while to turn. So look at this. I'm getting free damage right here. See, here it goes. His turrets are slowly turning, but no worry. We're going to get free damage because he doesn't have a heal. And we're going to get as much chip damage as we can, and he goes gone. Now, here we go. What do we do in this situation right here? Well, one, we got a cap. I've got Shimakaze capping behind me. He's already, Z52's already popped his hydro, so I'm kind of worried. I'm going to use this island to make sure that he doesn't outspot me or so forth. And now we're going to wait. We're going to see. Again, patience is the key sometimes. That's why I like World of Warships. You don't get rewarded by rushing to your death. You get rewarded by making an educated decision or guess based on whatever knowledge you know. And that's what makes it so fun, because every decision is different in this game. That's why I really do enjoy it. All right, Z52, he's aiming forward to the right, the north there. That means that is his most likely direction he wants to go. I'm going to go ahead and sneak to the rear to his 6 o'clock, because that's a lot more deadly location. Because most time players in World of Warships don't want to go in reverse to defend an enemy. Normally they go forward, right? Because you got the more speed, more maneuverability. So I always like to do that. And I'm perma spotting him. My hydro goes out to 5 kilometers. His hydro is down. That's the downside of the hydro gimmick if you don't have support, because you can't spot anybody. You're caught in your smoke, and there's nothing you can do. So that right there, me and the Shimakaze working together as a one cohesive unit really affects the game right there. Now, we killed both their destroyers. We also take out their radar cruiser. Now, you think we might have this game in the bag, right? Don't just stop yet. Now, here's where the Vampire 2 excels really, really well. It is a great responder. It can smoke up a lot of these HE spamming ships because of the crawling smoke. Like, you can smoke up a Schlieflin or a Libertad, and it really does work very well. And you can shield an entire battleship moving forward and let them just work with secondaries only. So that's pretty awesome. We pop our hydro a little too prematurely. I thought that somebody would keep spotting for me. I asked Ashima to keep spotting. I could have burned down the Mecklenburg, but unfortunately Shima is behind an island, so he can't spot Mecklenburg right now. We got to also be careful of a Los Andes in the south right there popping up, so we don't want to give away. So again, what do we do in this situation? We want to make sure that we don't put our ship in danger, into a threat, by putting the Los Andes into secondary range or any gun-on-gun range, because lately I've noticed, and this will be a topic of the video, I've noticed with the update, battleship players have really increased accuracy against destroyers. I think Flamu had brought that up in one of his videos, saying that, hey, battleships get increased, better dispersion. Ooh, look at that. Nice kill right there from us. That was a free kill. They get better dispersion when they aim at destroyers. Please, somebody confirm this with me. Is that true that and the new update, did battleships really get improved dispersion, which means better accuracy when they're aiming only at destroyers? Because lately, I've been like getting slammed by battleships firing from long range, and I'm either in smoke, dodging, juking, whatever, but man, their shells are nailing me, and I've even been like literally full salvo detonated. Even the det flags are gone, but like 10 shells from a battleship hitting you in a vampire with only like, what, 15,000 HP or 20 is devastating, especially by Vermonts, by Columbos, by lately the Libertads as well. I mean, I've been literally one-shot killed by these battleships, and I don't know if that's been some kind of little gimmick, upgrade, tweak, or whatever to their dispersion gimmick or whatever it is. But man, their accuracy is off the chain lately. So somebody let me know in the comments below, or if I'm reading this wrong, but I think Flamu had mentioned it in one of his videos, and somebody had mentioned on Reddit as well. So I just want to see, is that true that the battleships get better increased dispersion, or better accuracy, that is, against destroyers? But I don't know. I mean, their accuracy goes back to kaput when you're going against battleships and cruisers. I don't know. I don't know if that really is a gimmick, but that'd be interesting. Oh, look at that. We get a nice torpedo kill. Look at that. See, again, just launching torpedoes out there, never know when one might hit, and we connect. 3 kills right there. Look at the power of what the Vampire can do. Great torpedoes. As you can see, the torpedoes, again, only one launcher, but they go out to 62 knots and 19,500 damage in 12 kilometers. So really awesome reload time, below 90 seconds. Great, awesome match right there, and we win the game. Again, just defending those 2 Alpha Bravo sectors, and even a Vampire 2, really devastating. It's a destroyer killer. We killed the destroyer. We helped kill the Z-52, helped kill the Smolin, and we did a majority of just literally just going out there, being that threat. And look at that, number 1 in the team. Just by playing a multi-role fighter, if you will, by spotting, doing potential damage, drawing fire, burning ships down, just taking out a ton of their threats and really moving forward, especially the Z-52 there. We eliminated him with using his own medicine by using the Hydro. So let's take a look at a couple more ranked matches. And that's what I've been playing lately. Ranked is really fun, especially just, 6 versus 6, or is it 7 versus 7? Yeah, 6 versus 6 at the tier 10 level or tier 9 level. Pretty darn fun. So let's take a look at another video. All right, here's another map on Haven and domination from ranked. And let's take a look. Again, looking at the lineup as a good player, Haraguma, La Pampa. No radar, but we do have a Malta, so that's scary right there. That's almost like perma radar because they just spot the crap out of you. I hate CVs. Anyways, let's go off the bat at Haven right here. What do we do? Normally, I would go to Alpha here, but, I kind of thought about it. And I'm trying to see, yeah, it's not worth the risk because I don't know. There's no support here. Here's the problem with, and this is just my thoughts. You guys can have your own opinions. Just my opinion from a strategy standpoint. Me by myself rushing in an Alpha doesn't really help, especially with a carrier going around spotting the whole time. Yeah, I got crawling smoke, but the problem is I don't know what's in here. And of course, look at where my GK's going behind an island right here. Libertad's too far back to support. Carrier's off doing his own thing, and my other 2 buddies at Bravo. My thought is just to cut across and go to Charlie and hunt La Pampa because, like, 1, 2 battleships, Montana by himself, Malta in the background. So there's really only, my thought is one only destroyer at Charlie. So and here's the Haraguma, and I have no idea where he's at or what is support. He has 2 battleships supporting him. I have none. So I'd rather just go to Charlie right now and take on La Pampa one-on-one. And this is why I feel good in the Vampire because, 1, it's got really good reload. I mean, the DPM on this thing is pretty darn incredible. 2.2 reload. I mean, you're in the top 10 right there, and the reload for destroyer. So I like that a lot. It outperforms the daring a lot because I like the fact that you have this reload capability. I mean, if it can go below 2 seconds, you are ungodly, and that's why I've always said anything under 2-second reload is awesome. Like the Smolin, Sherman. A lot of the even the Druid can get almost under 2 seconds. So I like the fact that the high reload rate, decreased reload rates are, and the high DPM destroyers are my bread and butter to go to. That's why I like gunboat destroyers so much. Commonwealth, thank you so much for producing the Vampire 2. It's awesome. Anyways, the Vampire also has that 12-kilometer torpedo. That's good for just sending them out there, gonna like hope for the best. They go out to 12 that can reach out there, and you're not in the threat of too much radar, except for the Russian 12-kilometer radar. That's okay. And again, having RPF on the Vampire is very, very strong because you can rush your literally opponent, outspot them most of the time. 5.8 is pretty good. I think La Pampa is also 5.8, so they match our, see, here's a good player. You hit tab, and you can now look at, hey, he has 5.8 as well, so we match. So we're going to spot each other right off the bat, and that's good techniques and tactics because you have the advantage right now. I have a Shimakaze on my left. I have Thunderer supporting the back. I noticed the only guys over here, look, here's a Haragumo at Alpha and 2 battleships. So I know only got La Pampa and maybe Montana, and that's pretty much all they got. So why not? Why not rush La Pampa with the 2 versus 1 advantage right here? I've got the Hydro when I need it. I've got Crawling Smoke when I need it. I've got the engine boost, which also helps us get to up to 39 to 40 knots, which is pretty darn cool. So it is a quick, nimble, very maneuverable ship. So let's see if we can spot this La Pampa. As soon as he goes spotted, we're going to fire our AP right into him, see how much damage we can knock off. So he has 16 right there. He's got that F funny button key, and he can get heals. So that's the downside of this. We don't have heals, so he can repair the damage we take off him. We cannot sustain too much damage. So now that he's angled, see right there, that angle right there, that is too much angle for us. We're going to switch to HE and see if we can knock out something else. There are all his torpedoes. He's got that F funny button, so I'm going to go ahead and thread the needle right here and go right between. Again, I have to sacrifice myself against this Montana, silly Montana shooting me from literally on my 3 o'clock. But still, I got to keep getting this La Pampa out. I know that Montana's reload's coming up. I outspot him with my Hydro, and there he goes. Boom. Slam on the brakes. My smoke is already popped. I have now gone detected and gone quiet. That's what the Vampire is so dangerous because of this ability right here. Now, again, nobody's spotting for me. This is so bad on the Shimakaze's part. Literally, you are supposed to be spotting for me in the smoke, as you don't need to. You're so far away, and now I'm getting rushed by Montana. Now, what do you do in this situation? Well, I've got torpedoes, which is more of a defensive against, a battleship rushing me. The problem I can't turn around full speed is that once I go above quarter speed, he'll spot me immediately. Because look, he's at 4.4 right now. You can see by his distance. That means my detection is 5.8. He's well within that. So as soon as I leave the smoke, I'm detected. But also, if I shoot when he's within 2.5 kilometers, I'm also revealing myself through firing guns. So it's best that I not, fire. Let me see if I can get a lucky torpedo hit here. I'll just single launching, see where it kind of goes. And he's turning hard right. So I think I might get only 1 to 2 of these things. Coming back to think of it, I should have just launched a conga line right into him because it's kind of hard for Montana to move lately in this part of the game, but I just wanted to get at least 1 torpedo hit. Now, I'm just going to run away at this point because there's really nothing I can do. I'm using the smoke as just a screen to get away, but to increase the distance to 5.8 to my concealment. But, man, he is rushing full speed at me, and he is dead set on killing me. I mean, literally, he's not firing. He's holding his shots against the Thunderer, and he can't see the Shimakaze, or maybe he can't see any of them, but he is literally holding his shots just for me. And you can see the accuracy on the Montana is insane and wild here, even though people are firing at him, but nobody's helping me. Yep, even the Thunderer fires, so he must be spotted right now. There is no way the Thunderer is not spotted. So, look, the Montana, literally is not firing. So that tells you the power of the Vampire 2, guys. I mean, literally, the Vampire 2 is a bigger threat. Oh, he finally fires. Okay, my smoke is about to dissipate, so he's going to spot me immediately as soon as that last puff goes away. I am spot. There it is. So now his guns turn immediately to me. So you can be that. The greatest thing you can do as a short player is be the biggest threat you can be, where he would rather waste his shot on you than on your friendly. So let's see if we can just knock as much health as we can. The AP is also great on battleships. Look what it can do. It can do thousands of damage. Look at that. A lot of damage. Let's even get some before we die. And the accuracy is awesome right there. That close range. Can't do much. And Montana believes it goes down right here. Come on, one more shot. And he goes down. And we win this match. So now, again, you could throw this game. That's why I always tell guys never, ever give up, because you never know when, yeah, actually we lost. So forgive me. I actually realized that we did lose this game. I cannot believe that. Yeah, see, had I survived, I think we could have won this game. But unfortunately, my team just could not survive a Hiragumo and a carrier. Anyways, we did the best we could. Now, again, that's what I'm saying. Vampire 2, although it's cool, it is really difficult to play nowadays, especially with the increased accuracy of these battleships. Man, they're just literally nailing the Vampires so easily these days. Usually I used to juke all these shells, but please tell me what's going on. But, yeah, it is a very difficult destroyer to play without the heals. Notice I've always said heals are crucial when it comes to gunboat play because you need them a lot. So let's take a look at another video. All right, here's another battle. Tears of the Desert Domination, 6 versus 6. Again, Libertads galore these days, ladies and gentlemen. It's probably the best secondary ship right now in the game. We're going against a radar cruiser and Sherman and a Marceau, so we got to be careful right there. probably again, knowing that I probably am gonna get outgunned by the Marceau and the Sherman, it's better probably just to work together with my fellow gearing here. Yes, always, hey, working together with the other destroyer against heavy destroyers like that most likely will increase the odds in your favor because, like I said, destroyers that outgun you don't really work very well in the vampires, especially since you don't have any heals and can forgive those mistakes. So right off the bat right there, we got the gearing. I'll have him cap, which is a great strategy right there. He's got good concealment and a good smoke screen. While we got the increased DPM, we can really just hold and kind of just torp from range. Notice that the 12-kilometer torps can go out and reach these guys out these distances, so pretty darn good for that. Again, we don't have to go out there and rush to our death. We can literally just kind of scope the battlefield, get a feel for where everybody's at, and make it the best educated decision as possible to figure out how to win this match. So let's see right here. We're going to see if we can... Yep, we're going to go and smoke up right here, and we're going to go fire start a... Now, here's the problem. If I go undetected and go to my smoke, nobody's going to spot that guy. For some reason, that guy wasn't firing, and finally he's spotted again. Because either he fired with the gear. If he fires his gun while we're in smoke and the gearing's in smoke, I mean, got nobody else spotting but the battleship. So we got to wait for them to fire, which is a good thing. So we're going to see if we can start some fires. Look at the reload rates on this thing. 2-second and under reloads are awesome in the Vampire 2. I really do enjoy that, and they start a lot of fires. And this is why I'm trying to start as many fires with Libertad as possible. It's got the funny button key. He's got heals, got improved secondaries. It's got, I mean, this thing is literally the new brawling ship, but... I've noticed this is where you can scare a lot of Libertads is really just the Vampire 2 can really cause you to turn around. I mean, if you can create a Libertad to turn around, that tells me that you are a powerful ship. I mean, that means you can stop literally a push from Libertads because of the amount of firepower you can put down as a vampire with this crawling smoke, and that's the bread and butter and the sheer advantage I have using this thing because it scares a lot of Libertads away. As you can see right here. Now, he could push in, but he's just going to get burned to death. And again, of course, we get torpedoed from me and the gearing. So, really, that's why I enjoy this ship so much. So, let's see if we can... This is somehow therapeutic for me. Look at him just firing. Still a broken ship, I think. But we're just going to see if we can start another fire. I think he already damaged con, but he's got that funny button key, so he can get his heals back really quick. Yep, there's a fire. I mean, again, Vampire 2, very good at starting fires. I don't think he has fire protection on because I can see the back part of his superstructure on fire, which means we can get the front part of his superstructure to get on fire. If we can get one more fire, that'd be good. Again, I've noticed, even though he uses damage con, I get another fire. This thing can really, really survive. Now, our crawling smoke goes away, so we're going to have to stop our firing right here. See, his cooldown is another, cooldown is 105 seconds, so another 90, about a minute and a half. Look at that. He is still healing. Lettuce is crazy. I mean, they're telling you, it's hard to kill this Libertad. Okay, we're going to start working on this Vermont right here. Again, being very patient. Notice we've capped Bravo and Alpha, and our team to the south has to deal with the 2 destroyers. They're doing the same tactic, 2 destroyers versus a battleship and cruiser with a Puerto Rico. Again, very, very powerful combination, the 2 destroyers sticking together. I find that is probably the meta right now. Is a very, very good safety net to keep your destroyers together because it allows you to really maximize spotting, torpedoing, and also keeping your destroyers alive a lot better than going one-on-one or 2 versus 1. I'd rather just keep the advantage in our favor. Again, if you keep your destroyers alive, like I said, you increase your odds of winning most of the time. All right, we're gonna. Oh, we lose. Okay, we killed the Sherman. They only got the Marceau. Last Marceau alive at the back there. So let's see. Okay, I'm waiting. I'm just thinking about this. Okay, Libertad in the back fires, so I feel a little comfortable. I'm afraid of Vermont, man. That one salvo from Vermont does so much damage. That's why I've already been death struck by this thing. It is insane the amount of firepower that Vermont and the accuracy on it is. So we'll wait here within 10 seconds of our crawling smoke. Watching his guns. Oh, God, they're turning. He's looking at me. Nope, no, he's looking at Ohio. Thank God. I thought it was turning at me. All right, we pop our smoke just to be safe. Again, those Libertad secondaries are still reaching out and hitting us right here. So we want to save as much firepower or health as we can to last the long haul of the game because we don't have any heals. That's the downside about the Vampire 2. Like I've always said, not having heals is very detrimental and changes the way you make decisions, especially for long games. And again, they come down to the wire, and usually most of the games depend upon the destroyer. So you got to really survive the long run. All right, Marceau looks like he's going to kill the Puerto Rico at the bottom. That Puerto Rico, if you can stay alive, it helps us out so much if we can keep Alpha and Bravo. But, man, I'm telling you, one destroyer can do a work. Look at Marceau takes out Puerto Rico. I mean, I'm telling you, the destroyer is so freaking powerful in this game. But with the increased accuracy battleships, man, It's a different world out there. You can't just go willy-nilly going out on open gunboating these days anymore. I used to think I could do that, but even with my skills and dodging and everything, it is difficult because people are getting better at aiming. A lot of aim bots and everything out there, whatever, and the RNG Jesus is really helping these shots out a lot. So we're gonna switch to AP here. See how much damage the guns can AP guns can do on a Vermont. Let's see here. We're getting a lot of. Let's see here. What kind of pins are we getting? Some pins. Not as much as I'd like. I like a lot of overpins. Look at that. Overpins and pins and non-pins. So let's see if we can switch to HE right now and start a fire. We got to get a fire on this bad boy. There we go. A lot better hits right there on the superstructure. And come on. This thing doesn't die. It's a brick. All right. So we got the Vermont down. 100,000 damage, 4 fires. Look at that. Look at the amount of firepower we're dealing in the vampire. It's insane. That's why I like it so much. All right. We're going to go ahead and push Libertad right here. All right, see, again, torpedoes are very, very sneaky if you can launch these. Ooh, we're spotted by who? Marceau? Oh, he's right behind. Okay, we're going to put the island between us and Marceau. One guy at a time. Do not try to deal with 2 people at a time in the vampire. It's very, very difficult. We're going to run away and get out of distance in order to make sure that we are safe from the vampire. Okay, he's running away, so he's not a threat right now. We still don't have crawling smoke, so I don't want to fire right away. We're going to think about this for a second. Again, Libertad's secondaries will melt you, so I got to think about it. See, if he gets down to 10k health, maybe, I may think it's open fire, and he's healing. That dang F funny button key really brings his heals back so fast, and he can bring back. Look, the other Libertad is struggling. It's just about player skill at this point. Who can shoot secondaries and main guns better and use the heals and damage cons in great sequential order? That's the name of the game right here. So he's down to 10k, and he's not healing anymore, so I'm thinking about it. Oh, we're about to lose our Libertad. Oh, wait. Oh, there are our torpedoes. Welcome back, babies. And boom, there he goes down. First kill of the day. And now we can take on the Marceau without fear. 4 versus 1. I think we have the advantage. So we'll go ahead and start opening fire and see if we can get as much damage as we can. Ooh, we got a fire on him right there off the Marceau. Look at the amount of firepower we're bringing to bear. Now, Marceau out DPMs all destroyers right now. As of today, World of Warships, I think Marceau is still #1 king of DPM. But Vampire 2 is a still close top, I would say top 10 in that DPM. So let's see if we can go head-to-head against this guy. We have enough health. He has low health. He has no heal. So, yep, there he is. Yep, we're going to switch to AP. AP is a lot better than HE for for Marceau's because that French saturation is deadly, but unfortunately, it's not going to do well against AP, and he goes down. Boom, we win the game. 118,000 damage right there, and that is a great victory for us. That's how you play, being very, very cautious, very, very methodical and slow and figuring out what to do in that right situation. 119,000 damage. And yep, we did our job. And we did a lot of spotting, a lot of potential damage. And we landed Marceau, Libertad, Vermont. And we did these 2 guys. And we got a lot of HP out the Vermont and the Libertad right there. Right there. See, about 100,000 damage right there on battleships really can change the tide of the game. All right, we're back here in one of my favorite modes, Arms Race on Warrior's Path. Again, let's take a look at our setup. Again, another Sherman and Marceau with 2 radars, Illinois and Burgoyne. So let's see if we can handle this one. What are we probably going to do here? I normally like to do the 3/4 speed crawl right off the bat these days, ladies and gentlemen, because why? I don't like rushing to my death, and it allows me to kind of take a breath and see where everybody's at first rather than just running away. Again, I'm supporting my Elbing right there. I said, hey, let's just take it easy and let's slow roll it and figure out what we're going to do. Elbing in support for me. That's great. I outspot other ships better than he can. I believe his concealment is 6 something. No, oh man, his concealment is 7.2. He's got a gun build. So Elbing a little bit difficult to outspot anybody. So we're going to go ahead. Our RPF is indicating something is right there in front of us at our 1 to 2 o'clock. Keeping our guns focused. Yep, it's that Sherman. We outspot him. So, again, he out-DPMs me. He's got a lot of firepower, so we're not going to mess around. And we don't have any heals, but he's got 28,000 heals. So I'm going to go ahead and pop smoke right here and see how much our AP can get him. Oh, he's angled right now, so it's a little bit difficult. He goes unspotted right now. If Petro would just pop radar, there we go. Now, he's hydro to us. That's a bad thing. So we are spotted now with his perma-hydro. It's 5 kilometers. He is probably rushing to his death right now, so we're going to run away and conceal as much as we can, let our friendlies do the rest of the work. Unfortunately, I did not look up. Bad on me for not knowing where that island was. So we got a damage con that fire right away. Petro is looking at us right now. His accuracy is phenomenal with the legendary upgrade. And, of course, we're spotting the Sherman. He's got hydro on me. We've got hydro. It's kind of like a standoff right here. Oh, we get a fire. Lucky him. God, I hate fires. So, come on. Somebody kill the Sherman, for goodness sakes. Get his hydro off of me. One more shot, please. One more shot. And there you go. Great job working together. And the Petro and the Elbing working, helping us in support. We got to run away and conserve our heals. We don't have the health upgrade yet, and there we go. Good job, Petra, for getting that health upgrade. He goes down. Dang, slapped by the Burgoyne right on broadside. So it's very, very, again, that accuracy on the battleships. I don't know what got increased or what happened to these battleships, but they have a great accuracy these days. But Burgoyne is already a great slapper of broadsides. It's always been that way, but man, RNG Jesus has been killing us. Oh, we got Marceau at the southeast corner of our area right here in our spawn, so we got to be careful of that. We are not going to open fire. He out DPMs us right now, so we're going to go ahead and just hold shots, and we're going to reassess, reevaluate how we're going to attack this right here. Let's see, we'll speed it up a little bit. Elbing's probably going to die. He got spotted by either permanent radar, by the Petro or the Puerto Rico. Yep, he goes down. See, this is why splitting up the destroyers is bad. You always want to try to stay together so we can maximize the firepower, but also be a distraction to the enemy, because we don't want to let them see or have two destroyers and they have to pick and choose who do we kill first. So it's good to split that into two rather than just have one guy just get focus fire down. We take out the Puerto Rico. Great job, team there. We're going to push forward and see if we can get some kind of kill here. We need a kill. We need one kill. Probably the next guy pushing forward is the Petro. We can probably outshoot and spot over shoot over the island here. So we'll get in a good position. Now, if he radars us, he's got that 12-kilometer radar, which is going to be bad if anybody gets shots from range. So we're going to be very, very careful. Stay at a distance. Stay away. Again, and sometimes being stealthy is your defensive weapon as well. So we don't want to throw away our ship. So we got the heal at least. So let's use as much time as possible undetected so our ship slowly heals in arms race, and then we can also start as many fires as we can on this Petro, because look at the DPM we're dishing out on the superstructure. Okay, he slams into the tactical grounding of the Petro right there, and we're just going to pray and spray and pray right here and get as many fires as we can or anything on the superstructure. Now, I've got the better dispersion build on Mod 3, the better accuracy, so I've tried to play the Vampire without that, and the shells go all over the place. So at least having this, you get about a 105 meter dispersion as opposed to like 111. So that was simple dispersion right there. Wow, slam on the Palmer. Way to go there. That simple dispersion will change kind of like where your shells are hitting. It makes a big difference in the Vampire too. So I recommend taking aiming mod rather than having extra 20% dispersion on the crawling smoke, because the crawling smoke does last a pretty decent time. 112 seconds is pretty long. The only downside is once you pop this crawling smoke, it's always around you until it goes away. So the enemy team can see this smoke until it goes away. So literally they can see you for miles away going, hey, there's a moving pile of smoke there. I wonder what's in that thing. Boom, you're dead. If they radar you, hydro, whatever. And that's the only downside. I can't turn it on and off. You just got to wait till it goes out. It's kind of like popping a flare. And you just got to wait till it burns out for it to go away. So let's see, what do we do in this situation now? Oh my gosh, a 31,000 health Marceau. No way we can win that battle. We've only got 4K. So what do we got to do? We got to pick a fight with the battleship here and go use the crawling smoke to our advantage. So let's see. We're going to go in and stop the cap from going up from the Burgoyne. He's not going to cap. Moscow's in support of us. That's a good job right there. And let's see. We probably can take out this Illinois. So again, we've got health, reload. But we got the reload buff. That's going to help a lot. Our reload now is going to go down to, what? 1.6 seconds. That is redonkulous. 1.6 seconds in a Vampire is incredible. Look at the firepower we're going to dish on this guy. It's so much fun. Just listen to the guns. Oh, there we go. There's a fire. That's what I'm talking about right there. Look at the amount of DPM we're dealing on this guy. Oh, and by the way, we got torpedoes as well. We started another fire. Did I mention the Vampire loves starting fires? Yeah, Illinois literally can't do anything right now. Now, I had to make sure this wasn't the Illinois that has radar. I think the other one is Rhode Island. Rhode Island is the one that has radar, so I checked to make sure that we were going to get slapped. Marceau torps at Wisconsin. I don't understand that one. Come on, baby. Get this guy out of the game. Good Lord. He's got a lot of heals on this Illinois, but got that. This is the beauty of the crawling smoke. Here we go. Come on, baby. Kill this guy. And boom, there it is. First kill of the day, 90,000 damage right there. And now we're going to start working on the Burgoyne. We're going to use as much of the crawling smoke that we have left. Again, this is why crawling smoke is so awesome. It just deters guys from shooting at you. Now, I have been seeing a lot of guys blind firing lately, but, well, we'll take our chances with this. I'd rather have this than just go open water gun butting. So he is running behind islands right here, and let's see if we can start a fire. Man, this guy must have fire protection. He is not getting a fire. Okay, let's see if we can get in position to fire at this guy again. Is this guy going to rush or what? Okay, here we go. Burgoyne's electing to rush. I'm going to elect to shoot single torps towards the inside turn. So hopefully he's going to turn in towards the... Yep, he's turning in towards the They're the Moskva, our friendly here. And let's see. Well, we might as well just go. Okay, his guns are not turning. He's too focused on the Moskva. Very good. This is why it's good to go 2 versus 1. It gives you free reign. Let's see if we can start a fire and get as much damage off this guy as possible. Ooh, we're taking hits from the rear. Oh, Marceau snuck up on the back of us. I don't have smoke. I have no. We gotta see this through, guys. We're just gonna have to keep firing and getting this guy as fast as we can out. It takes a torpedo hit. Way to go there. And come on, baby. Oh, I'm almost dead. Come on, kill this guy. Goodness gracious. Can we get at least a kill? And boom, there it is. The last flesh wound. And we take out the Burgoyne as the final death blow. 133,000 damage. But again, what did I say? Destroyers win games. I'm telling you guys. I mean, you think that we would win this game. It's in the bag. No big deal. But good destroyer player can really turn the tides of the game. Look at that. A 12K Marceau takes on and just melts the Moskva. Man, this was a close game. Like I said, man, good job on the Marceau player. You did a great job on there playing and being patient and just working around the map. And hey, it is what it is. Sometimes that happens. You did your best. We did all we could do. The problem is without the heals, man, it really just, man, it affects you a lot. You make different decisions. The Vampire, number 1 on the team right there. We did the best we could. Taking out 2 battleships and working on that Sherman initially, helping take out the Puerto Rico as well. 429 potential with 27,000 spotting damage. Started a lot of fire, 9 fires, good lord. And we still couldn't bring this through. But man, oh man, that was a great game, right? All right, final game. Let's take a look at it. One more. All right, final match for the day, and yep, my favorite game, again, Arms Race, one of my favorite modes, Warrior's Path, and again, we are going up against 2 heavy hitters right here, Vampire and Smallin. Do not want to go one-on-one. You definitely want to take a buddy in when you're going against these 2 ships, because it's good to have, and 2 radar cruisers right here, so really, really deadly combo right here. Gonna have to be very patient. Same map like always. Again, this is Arms Race, again, my favorite mode, and let's see how we go again. What are my thoughts while we're sailing to the objective here? Hello there. Hey, Baby Seal, saying hi. See, always great when you guys are very kind and saying hi to me out there. I definitely encourage that. Be friendly, have fun. Don't need to criticize other people. It's just a game. At the end of the day, what do you get out of this? It's just a game. It's for pure enjoyment. No need to bring hate. That's for bringing more love and fun times right here in the game. Okay, so what do I like about the Vampire 2? The thing I do enjoy about it is the reload on the guns. I mean, yes, they are daring guns, but the reload is a lot better than daring, and it makes up for that. 360 turret, so you can have like full autonomy, not the front 2, but just the back turret is like 360, so you can always angle in and not be afraid to worry about if I'm out of position or not. The AP is phenomenal. AP is also a bread and butter of the Vampire, along with the Druid and the Daring. Very good there. British AP is pretty awesome, even though this Commonwealth Destroyer, that is. I remember you guys corrected me on that. 12-kilometer torpedoes. I wish I had another rack, though. But again, with the crawling smoke being there, that's probably why they did it. It'd be too powerful if there's too many torpedoes in the water. They go out to 12. That'd be, I don't know, I guess they consider torpedoes overpowered for some reason. That's why they had to take it away. The 5-kilometer hydro is also great, unfortunately, but you have to realize, do not play to that. You don't want to, nowadays in the meta, you don't want to just rush in there. Kind of like a Z52 being, you kind of get sucked in and, I want to use the 6-kilometer hydro. Same goes for the Vampire 2. It's there as a nicety. It's there to spot torpedoes, but it's also there to detect ships that try to rush you 5 kilometers in while you're using the crawling smoke, and you got the engine boost. So really, I pop all 3 just to have that great acceleration, hydro to spot the torpedoes, and use the crawling smoke. That lasts a long time in the build. The build will be at the end of the video, so you see how long I can make the crawling smoke last. It lasts for a decent amount of time, so you can use that to farm battleships down or take out other unsuspecting destroyers. But again, if you're going against a small like this, he's got the radar. Like there, he's popping it. We pop the smoke, it's not going to do anything. So you got to be very cautious and not get sucked in to like this Hayate doing right here. He's getting sucked in right now, too close. Way too much radar there. I never rush the Smallin or the Vampire without knowing where they're at and what other support they got. That's why, here's a good lesson. Don't rush in with that many radars in there. So he's probably going to complain later that there was too much radar. Yeah, we knew that. And it's probably why we shouldn't have rushed. And that's why I probably been like, hey, let's play a little conservative here, go 3/4 speed, figure out where they're at first so you can make a better educated decision rather than rush into your death, because we're good to nobody if we're dead, right? So that's my lesson to you guys that are out there trying to become destroyer mains. Work on your destroyer gameplay is there. Don't rush to your death. You can see right there, Hayate, obviously getting pushed too heavily, and the Brisbane has 12-kilometer radar, and then he's got 3 other ships supporting him. So, like I said, don't get mad at the game, man. Just the mechanics, the way this game is played, you got to be a little bit more conservative now. I know we want to rush in there and just get a lot of damage in, but You can't do it with that much radar and that much firepower going in. So we're going to go ahead and be conservative. What do I not like about the Vampire? Well, definitely you saw, like I talked about earlier, is the inability to have heals. And you need heals if you want to be a gunboat DD because you're going to absorb a lot of damage. The other cool thing with the new update is now you get the new flag that replaced the detonation flag is now giving you 5% better HP. So you notice we're at the Vampire is now at 24,500, which is kind of a cool buff. More health, I will take more health any day. Is that good? Yeah, but everybody gets it. So as long as you put that flag on, I mean, I'm going like, why even do this? We're just bake in the extra 5%. Why even deal with this flag? I guess they want to charge more credits. Okay, here we go. Vampire's right there. He's got more support than I don't know where that Smolin's at, so I'm not going to mess around with this. So we're going to take it easy for a second and figure out where he's going. We're going to go to our supporting ships. I find this works a lot, really, really well lately because rather than rush in and try to go solo, why not get close to my GK, my Petro, and have them absorb some of the fire or even provide fire support rather than trying to rush into my death. So let's see. Okay, I'm going to spot the Brisbane right there. He's got that 12-kilometer radar that I know about that he just used it, so he's probably on cooldown. Again, this is why RPF is so... Ooh, nice shot on the Brisbane right there. This is why having RPF is so critical. I know where he's at. Brisbane goes down. Great job. The other Vampire is somewhere in this area vicinity here. That's why I'm aiming at it. I'm kind of figuring out, okay, I popped on my Hydra. I pop all three. They last about a minute and a half, so good. Let's see where he's at. I'm still not detecting him, which means he's probably running away. So we're not going to run and chase this guy to our death. Let's go ahead and take it easy, figure out where these guys, and where is the small one at? Okay, there it is. It switched over. RPF just switched to the closest ship, which is now off my 11 o'clock instead of that Vampire area. So we're going to see if we can spot this other guy. I don't know who's here. Maybe it's a small one. If he is, I got to run away with his radar and firepower. Okay, there he is. There's Smallin. We got AP loaded. Look at the amount of... The AP is great. Like I told you on the last game with the Smallin. Really, really awesome. And it takes off a lot of health. It works a ton of damage. And let's see here. Okay, he lost half his firepower because he's angled. The AP makes him angle, man. I'm telling you. If you can angle the Smallin, you take half of his gunpowder away. You cut the damage to you by half. And we get this nice kill. There it is. Blind firing, leading in. And he goes down. First kill of the day. We can take out that Smallin. That really changes the game for us because, man, it is a killer. Especially with that radar and the gunpowder. So let's see if we can work with our Petro right here. We're going to go rush in towards the Sejong. We're going to take this cap. Reload is good. Ooh, yep. Deep water torpedoes don't hurt us. It's okay. RPF is saying this Sejong is probably around the corner here, so hopefully I don't get spotted by him. I'm taking a big chance here. If he spots me... Oh, crap. He spots me. I'm right in detection. He's right at that 5.8 detection. This is why I like the Vampire so much. The detection is awesome. 5.8 is workable for any kind of situation, and I like it a lot. So we can go undetected. Again, sometimes your defensive weapon is being stealth. Santander takes out Chikuma 2, so he goes down. It's a 4-on-4 right now. We got to play it smart here. All right, who do we need to kill? We pop smoke right there. Let's see if we can take out this Columbo. Oh, man, look at the reload on this thing. Holy crap. What is the reload on the guns? 1.4? This is a 1.4 second reload on the guns of a Vampire. In smoke, guys. Just enjoy the raw damage of this thing. This thing is awesome. I just like... This is therapeutic right here. Notice I'm just aiming at superstructure right here, trying to get him to... I think he's either flooding or... No, he's popping smoke right now. So it doesn't do good for him if he fires because we're within his... smoke detection range. So if he fires, we spot him forever. Notice we got the 12-kilometer torpedoes going on out there trying to reach him. God, look at the amount of firepower we're putting on him. These are some small caliber guns. They're 113 millimeter guns. 113 millimeter guns don't do very much damage, just only to superstructure. So, especially the HEs. So you got to really just keep aiming for that superstructure to start fires. And there we get a torpedo hit. And we get another one. Come on, baby. Can we knock this guy out? This would help our team out a lot. We can get this Columbo out of the game. There he goes. Nice shot from the Petra right there. Again, see the power of the Vampire 2 causing a Columbo literally to stop in his tracks and just melt to death. All right, we got RPF locating the other Vampire 2 off in the distance here, somewhere probably in this area right here. We're going to signal to our friendlies, hey, this is where he's at. And we got to be careful of the Santander 9-kilometer radar. So his detection is just right at his 9-kilometer radar. So we got to be very careful because he can do a significant amount of damage to us. So let's take it easy. We pick up another buff. We got the Petra and the GK moving in to cap, so we're not too worried. I'm hunting down this Vampire 2 to help our team out. They've got a heal buff, which means they slowly heal over time. We don't. That's a bad thing. So 9.1, we are just on the edge of his radar right there. Oh, there's that radar. See, this is exactly why I don't like getting creeping in too close. Let me run away. I bet he's firing at me, isn't he? Yep, he's firing at me. We do not want to absorb any more damage than we need to take. We don't have a heal buff. Ouch. That was 1,200 health that we lost right there. We did not need that. Okay, he's still firing at us. And he gets a lucky hit. All right, single torp launch right into his nose. Hopefully GK can take out this guy for me. All right, we're going to see... Okay, he's distracted right now, so I like to fire, so let's put some HE on him. Okay, he's got a funny button as well, so he can bring back his heal, so we got to get his fire on this guy as fast as possible. God, look at the firepower, the amount of DPM we could put on this guy with the Vampire. All right, good job there on the GK. He goes down. Not after he... Oh, Vampire could take down a GK. Isn't that crazy what a Destroyer can do at critical moments? So we're going to rush this guy. Okay, we know where he's at right there. He's up front. Petro's got him on Hydro. Okay, I think we got this game in the bag. So we got 6,000 to his 12,000. This is why switching to AP is crucial because it doubles the amount of AP damage right here. Or, I'm not doubles, but you get more damage output on AP than HE. So look, he's got more health than me, but look at this. We're going to take a one-on-one duel. He's firing HE, we're firing AP. And just look at the amount of damage we're melting off this guy. It's exactly why I switched to AP for those situations right there. And we win the game, even though we die. We did it. 90,000 HP, 2 kills right there to win the game. And way to go right there. Win the game, Vampire 2. Great job, Commonwealth. You're awesome. 90,000 damage, and we did our job right there in ranked. And as always, yep, helping the team out. What did we do? Yep, potential spotting, very good. And we did some significant fires. It's okay. But we did our part. We killed the Vampire, we killed the Small, and we killed the Destroyers, basically. And we did a lot of work on that Columbo with that reload rate. It's pretty awesome. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Like, subscribe, button below. Appreciate all the supporters of the channel. Bill will be at the end of the video. That's my take on the Vampire 2. Very, very awesome ship. I definitely recommend it. However, caveat, it is very, very cautious to play with. You have to protect your HP at all costs and be careful when you're using that smoke and don't get sucked into using your Hydro and smoke when there's a lot of Hydro radar out there. As always, hope you guys are doing well. Be safe out there. If you see me out there, say hi. And as always, take care. We'll see you soon. Cheers.